Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Soon y'all will be hopping in here, but I know y'all don't know me right now. So we're just getting to know one another. You're going to sit back and you're going to watch, and you're like, okay, I think I can rock with her. So let me just see if I want how I want my um, YouTube to look. Let's see. Let's bring that in. There we go. I think I like that better. Okay, cool. So I think we're ready to go. All right, so we're still getting adjusted. We're still seeing how everything rocks, right? So anyway, let's dive in. Let's dive in. So today, let's make sure our volume is up. I don't want to shout, but I want to make sure you all can hear me, right? So we have two things to cover. Hopefully I posted the other video right before this one, and so we are going to do a 2-for-1. So each time I post or I do a podcast, I'm going to shoot two at a time, right? And so that will just be more productive. I can kind of, if I want to do editing, I can do editing really quick, for both of them, and then get them posted and get them out, right? And so it just maximizes the time, makes life more productive. And I can get back to my family, right? Because I'm usually going to, well, I won't tell you what days I'm doing this on right now because I don't need people showing up for me. But, but anyway, let me introduce myself. I am Tasha. Some people call me Diva Styles just because they don't know my name. That is fine. But in Diva Styles is fine with me because Tasha is like, a lot of people, I won't say common, but a lot of people have the name Tasha. So I don't mind going by Diva Styles because then that means that you can find my business. Unfortunately, there's always going to be somebody that seems to think like you and may have your same name. So I'm sure I lose some business because people probably confuse it with another business. And it is what it is. I've had that name for so many years now and I'm not changing it. So there we are. So Diva Styles, and so this is Diva Styles TV podcast, right? And this is called Respect the Business. Let me say it down here. Respect the business. We have to enunciate that one, right? And if you haven't looked or viewed the previous videos or the previous posts on IG or YouTube, then let me start this one. Okay, there we are for that one. I don't know if it cut out or what, but anyway, respect the business, respect the business. So, this is Diva Styles TV podcast. I am Tasha, also known as Diva Styles for those that don't know my name, right? And I'm kind of a private person, so sometimes I don't even give my name. It's just Diva Styles, right? So, but it's Tosh for those that don't know me. And because, like I said, Tasha is kind of I don't want to say common, but it's a lot of people have that name. So I rather go by Diva Styles because it's easier for people to find me. Now, that doesn't mean that someone else doesn't have that name. So, but hopefully people who are trying to find me personally or my stylist will find us easily. Now, I'm not going to mess with this hair like I did last time. I had to do a new, I got fresh. I got fresh for y'all. So, and fresh for myself first, me first, and then the audience. But I don't know, that hair was doing something wonky last time. Other than that, it had been like really, really, really good. So it probably just needs some TLC. We're going to give it the Diva Style spa treatment, and then she's going to be back to business, right? Because she was really, really, really good. She was fantastic. She's an older unit that I made like a while back, like years ago now. But she has been performing so well. So I was kind of surprised that she decided to act up on the video, but it is what it is. Like I said before, it was impromptu. So we're not going to come down hard on her. We're just going to give her a nice spot time. She might have been camera shy. I don't know. For those of you who name your units or talk to your units and refer to them as if they're people, you get what I'm saying. For those of you who don't, you probably think I'm crazy, but it's okay. So again, I'm Taj. This is Diva Styles TV podcast, and this is Respect the Business. This is Respect the Business. And if you didn't catch the initial one, and I'm repeating myself on here, I probably edited out because it wasn't recording, but for IG. But if you did not see the last if you did not see the last, I'm gonna just post on there. Hold on. If you did not see the last podcast. If you did not catch the last one, then uh, you may or may not know what Diva Styles TV podcast is all about, what Respect the Business is all about. So let me tell you, it is, and you'll hopefully see it in the comments, on especially on YouTube. But it's about bridging the gap between the beauty professionals slash grooming professionals and the public or the customer, right? And what does that mean? That means that we see a lot of topics, a lot of skits, a lot of conversations pertaining to a lot of reels, a lot of TikToks that are referencing situations that happen in the salon or in the barbershop or at the nail salon. Mainly, I see the hair salon. So when and myself, I've come across certain situations or scenarios, and so when that happens, I just get my phone out and I just jot it down real quick because I want to go back and reference that. It's a learning experience for me, and it's also something that I want to make sure can be a learning experience for other stylists and for the customer or the consumer, the public. Why is this? This is because we want to just make this industry, and I'm saying the beauty, when I say the beauty industry, I mean grooming professionals, I mean estheticians, I mean nail techs, I mean masseuse or massage therapists, I mean people who do body contouring, lip injections, facials, any of those things. I'm referring to brow techs, I'm referring to all of it. And so we want not only for others to respect our business, but we want to respect our business as well, right? And so, in order for that to happen, I feel like we need to have some dialogue, we need to have some understanding, because I think a lot of times what I'm noticing is that or I'm going to speak for as a beauty professional because I'm the only person here. But I want you all to chime in. I want other beauty professionals and grooming professionals to chime in, and I want the consumer or the customer to chime in so that we can all become, on one accord, right? We can be on one accord, because everyone, stylist, barber, nail tech, customer, what have you, has had a story, and they've gone to their friend or their colleague, and it's like, can you believe? Can you believe? And it's like, okay, what was the real situation? Where did the disconnect come in? Where was the misunderstanding, right? And so if we can get down to the understanding part of it, of where each person or each side is coming from, it's going to make for a smoother experience for the customer and for the professional, because we don't want to be stressed out. We already are going into a situation not knowing the client most often, not knowing what kind of day they've had, what kind of personality they have, what kind of expectations they have. And so this way, at least if we can get the preliminary things down, right? If we can get the verbiage down, the vocabulary, the reasons, the reasoning, then we can at least start to come to, at least start at an even playing field, right? Because right now we're just all over the place. The stylist is thinking one thing, a lot of times because of things, or I should say beauty professional, because of things that have happened in their career. And so this is why they're offering it this way or packaging it this way. And then the consumer is just like, well, I just want to get my hair done, or I just want to get my nails done. Like, I don't understand all this other stuff, this other fluff. Like, it didn't used to be this way. So, or I don't understand how they do it nowadays. Or the stylist or the beauty professional or grooming professional that they feel is being extra or just doing too much, but they don't understand the behind the scenes, the reasoning, right? So let's dive in. So again, this particular segment is going to be based on, or it's going to be about, why do I need a consultation? Why do I need a consultation? I just want to come get my hair done. You're the professional, you want to make the money. Why do I need to make a consultation? Why do I have to spend money and spend time and come out and sit with you and all of those things? And so, yeah, think about that for a moment. As the consumer, why do you question? Think of the why do you question? And I would love for you to share those things with me in the comments. Once this is posted, because I know a lot of people don't know about it right now, so I'm not going to see it, necessarily show up on here. But why? Why? Think about that for a second. Why is that a question? Why is having a consultation? I'm speaking mainly for hair right now because, but it could be even for a man weave, for a barber, or a barber stylist. It could be a specific type of product that one wants on their nails. It could be for body sculpting. And if you're a good candidate, there are just so many different reasons why. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to stop stepping on camera, but you know when you see something, you just gotta handle it. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna keep it. I won't do too much. I don't do too much. But you know how lip gloss is. You have to like reapply. And I did something with a little bit of staying power, but I didn't do much of it. It kind of toned my gloss down. So sorry. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. So, but why? And then, so that's the consumer. That's the customer. Now let's talk about the beauty professional. Let's talk about why you, as the beauty professional, grooming professional, require a consultation. Why is that something that is important to you? Now, again, it may not be necessary for, say, a cut and style, right? But maybe chemical services. Maybe your thing is, oh, for sure, your guideline and your stipulation is no chemical services, relaxer, highlights, lifting, what have you, custom color without a consultation. And that's fair. So let's go back. So cosmetologists, I want you to chime in. Beauty professionals, grooming professionals, I want you to chime in and share when you require consultations and why. When, like what services, what particular services is a client requesting that you require them to have a consultation, or you would recommend that they have a consultation, and then let me know why. Let us know why, right? Okay. And because a lot of people are not familiar with my podcast right now, a lot of this stuff I'm going to be just posing right now, and then we'll go back and we'll dive in and we'll dissect it further down the line. This is a respectful platform, so we're not going to be disrespectful to one another. We're going to be very respectful and hear one another out, if you will, and respond in an appropriate manner. So let's go back. So we the first question was, and we're about 10 minutes in, and I want to keep these segments about 20 to 30 minutes, but we want to go back. So the first question was customers. The customer's like, why do I need a consultation? I just want to come get my hair done. That's how I used to do it. That's how it's always been done. Why do these new stylists, these new people, why do you need to have a consultation? So I asked you to think about that. So I'm going to answer it from the beauty professional because that's what I am. I've been doing this for, it's hard to believe, but about 16 years. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm saying that. But so I'm going to say for me, I only can speak for me. Now, once we have like roundtable discussions and such, or we're bringing people on and we can, do maybe an IG live or something segments. I'm speaking from my perspective. And so I'm going to say that the reason why I require a consultation, and I'm sure I've lost clients or potential customers this way, and it's okay because so what's the answer? My answer is I require a consultation because I want to make sure that we're on the same page. That's it in a nutshell. You want to make sure that your vision as the customer is the same. You're conveying your vision to the beauty professional. And so and why is that? I can just do that when I get there. Okay. I'll tell you a few reasons. One, it saves time. So now you're not taking up too much time in someone else's appointment slot. Now you may say, well, then just block out more time. Okay, now you get to the appointment. We do the consultation. Your appointment was technically at 3. I say come in at 2:30. Let's do your consultation and get your paperwork done. Okay, now we've deemed that it's not a good fit for you. You're not a good candidate for this relaxer. You're not a good candidate for this custom color. You're not a candidate for this lightening process. Now what? Now you just blocked out all of this time to get your hair done and you can't get it done because now the beauty professional has told you that it's not safe for your hair or your scalp or your health or whatever. So the way I look at it is now that person can now, okay, say for instance, we have the consultation. The consultation is on a Tuesday, and I may say, hey, let's book your appointment tentatively for 3 o'clock on Wednesday. So now you come in on Tuesday, you have your consultation, and then we find out this isn't going to be a good fit. Now, it's disappointing for me as a professional as well because I'm like, I just tentatively blocked out this time for you the next day because I don't overbook. It causes me anxiety. I don't like jumping from client to client to client. Some people love that. They thrive when it. I don't like doing all that. I like to focus on what I'm doing, get that person in and out. I don't like holding up people's time. I want you all to get to your lunch, or your brunch, or whatever you're trying to do. I don't want to hold you up while you're sitting there waiting on me. Um, and so now you have time to regroup, right? Or maybe we can come up with a different plan for tomorrow, right? Because now we've deemed that this is not going to work for you. This is not going to work. And I don't want to cause your scalp or your hair or whatever extra stress. Or maybe it's a medication that you're taking that I didn't know about. And this is not going to be a good fit for the medication that you're taking because it's going to stress your hair even more, or it's going to cause, it could cause more shedding or whatever. And so sometimes clients, or I'm sorry, customers need time to process that they're going to have to switch gears. So if I'm the customer and I had my heart set on this dimensional blonde, I was going to have these dimensional colors in my hair, and I'm just in this beautiful blowout and deep side part, and I had all these, but now my stylist is saying that I can't get that. So now I may need to regroup and realize, hey, I can't get that, or maybe I need to schedule for a sew-in or something or another. Okay, so those are the reasons, or just a couple of the reasons. Time, okay, and preference. So maybe that you don't want to get a sew-in, and to get that color that you're wanting. Maybe you had to take time to think. Okay, do I want to get my hair cut? Is it unhealthy? Is that the new thing that the client stylist is telling you, that you need to get your hair cut because it's very damaged and you didn't realize that it was damaged? I've had people tell me before, oh, it's fine. My hair is very healthy. And they had braids in, like a sew-in. And then when they get to me and take it down, it's like, it's not bad, but it's not as good as they told me it was, right? So that's why it's important as the professional for you to check out what's going on with that person's hair for yourself. Touch it, feel it, open it up, see what's going on, right? You just can't take their word for it. They don't know. And so anyway, that's that. So we talked about the reasons for consultation being time, right? For you and for the stylist and for others who they have booked. We talked about the fact that you may have to regroup and come up with a different plan for your hair, or you might have to take a different suggestion than what you were thinking of. What's another reason why? Let's think of another reason why consultations are a really, really, really good idea. Let's just say the hair is healthy, right? Healthy, but not as healthy as it could be. Or let's say the person is not great with coming into the salon. Maybe instead of that high lift blonde that they were requesting, maybe as the beauty professional, you recommended they get something maybe with not so blonde, not so much pigment removed, right? Something that's not going to take as much maintenance to maintain. Okay, again, something that the client, and some people are like, okay, girl, whatever you want to do, that's fine with me. And that's great. That's good. That's fine. But for those that are like, no, I really wanted that, they need to go find someone else. I'm not doing it. Even when I had my storefront, I lost a couple clients behind that. They walk in, I want to get some highlights. I look at their hair and I'm like, no, no, I'm not getting involved in that. You won't come back and say that I made your hair fall out, right? Because it wasn't healthy enough. So I'm going to tell you the truth. Let's do some treatments. Let's get you on a regimen. Let me see if you're going to be a good candidate, because I need to see, are you going to come back? right? Because once you get this treatment, these highlights or this chemical service, you have to come back within a few weeks or a couple of weeks, 3 weeks or whatever. I would say two, but no more than three to get the protein treatment and get certain things done. So I don't want to subscribe or get on the bandwagon with someone who is not going to be consistent. So we've covered time is a factor of why you need a consultation to see how long the service is going to take. Make sure it doesn't like you don't push into someone else's time slot because a 30-minute consultation could easily turn into an hour, right? Before it could easily if you're not careful. So time. We talked about making sure that you're in alignment with one another, that you're on the same page. We talked about the specific, specifications, or maybe having to revise how the service is done or what the service is going to be, right? Um, and then I've lost track of the last one, but you we'll go back and we'll see, and maybe I'll list them down. I'll list them right. But the person may not even be a good candidate for it, right? And so those are things that need to be taken into consideration. The last one, I'm sorry, was if the person's going to be consistent with appointments. That was it. So those are the reasons. We have about four of them right now, and I'm sure there are others that you all can think of, but those are the ones that come to mind for me based on scenarios that I've encountered or that one could come in contact with. These are things, I just don't want to waste anybody's time, right? And so I'd rather the person not come to me because right now you're already showing me that you don't have patience, right? So I'd rather weed them out. So now you text me, I'd like to get an appointment for da 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 da. Oh, okay, great. So first we need to book in a consultation. They may ghost, they may whatever, and it's fine. It's perfectly fine because that means you're not worried about your hair. You're not a consistent person. You're not going to be a consistent cash flow. You're just going to be somebody that's hopping around from chair to chair to chair. And I am interested in building relationships, not in just one and done's. Okay. Moving on. So we talked about that. We talked about we're at 19 minutes and some change right now. So we went over 4 reasons. Let's try to recap. Let's see if I can remember them. I don't have any coffee with me. Let's take a swig of water to help me remember. Time to be on one accord with the stylist. You may have to revise the services. And lastly, we spoke about it's about to slip my mind again. I don't know why. Oh, if the client is going to be, or the customer is going to be a consistent client, a consistent person, and keep up with the maintenance of the services that were provided or services rendered. So anyway, now let's move on. We've talked enough about that. I'm excited to see what you all say, what your thoughts are, what scenarios you've come in contact with. But let's move on to this beauty style segment portion. So last time we talked about style, right? We talked about before I was rudely interrupted by the police, aka my husband, showing up. Dun, 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 dun. I'm like, what? Who is this? So anyway, I left that blooper in there, even though it was kind of embarrassing at first. I was like, you know what? It's kind of funny actually. So I left it in there because again, this is like fun. Um, Sorry, someone's requesting an appointment. It's fun. I want it to be like interactive at some point, and then we'll hopefully have some IG lives or have some different segments where we can do a Zoom or something, or do a live where we can have different professionals, or maybe two professionals in or two professionals and a client, a customer to ask questions. But anywho, right now we're going to talk about diva drops, right? So I didn't have any with me the other day, so I didn't get a chance to talk about diva drops. And if I did, it was briefly, but you didn't get a chance to see the bottle. So this is diva drops. This is the platinum one, which is easy to tell because it's the silver wrapper. The gold have the gold wrappers, right? The gold labels. And so you have Diva Styles Platinum and Diva Styles Gold. And what is the difference? And I'll try to post it, but you can always go to dvastyles.com and it'll pop up. It'll be a pop up as soon as you get on there. But this was the nine oil blend. And there's a 3 oil blend is the gold. So this one has everything, like it has, and so it's great for your edges. It's great for your like under your braid, like between your braids. I usually tell my clients put it on, or customers also, to put it on like before, after bath time, because now your pores are open from the steam or what have you. And so yeah, it's great if you're going into crochet or braids or a sew in, things of that nature. You can also put it on relax, of course, relaxed hair or just natural hair in general. And it's great for beards and all of that good stuff. Although, even though it's called Diva Drops, it doesn't matter, because if a family member likes a product, they don't care what the name of it is. They just want to use it. So it doesn't matter if it's a male or female or whatever. So anyway, Diva Drops. And so this one, the platinum, has like rosemary, tea tree, peppermint oil. You have olive oil, jojoba, Jamaican black castor oil, the potent kind. And you have lemongrass is going to be your scent that I use. And so I used to do my natural oils, and then I got out of doing them because one of my vendors just never seemed to have my coconut oil. And I don't like skipping from vendor to vendor to vendor. I like to stick with one place. So they have been so much better with, they've been great actually with having that. And so I have started back making my drops, and they are 100% natural. And I love that smell. It's so calming. It's the lemongrass. And so if you look up the benefits of lemongrass, it's great for reducing stress. It's great for headache reduction. And so I started doing these oils again during the I think it was the beginning or the middle of the pandemic when we were shut down and stuff. And the reason why I started to do, and I chose lemongrass, is because it's calming, right? And because everyone was so stressed, and they were like, it was, everything was just happening at the same time. You had the pandemic, you had uncertainty, you were just stressed. And it don't take much for me to be stressed. So I was like, I don't care if I was in my car, I would keep some in my car. I kept it in my purse. I'll keep it at my station. I keep it everywhere. I keep it in my bathroom. I keep it everywhere. And so I would just take a little bit. If I found myself getting stressed, being behind my mask, being in the grocery stores, whatever, I would just take a little bit, rub it across my mask, and just inhale it. Even now, it just makes me feel more calm, more relaxed. So, and then the gold one has olive oil, black castor oil. Those are the two main ingredients, and then it has a few drops of the lemongrass, right, just for that smell. So hopefully, it hasn't been at the top of my list, but I do kind of want to get some more scents out there with some more natural oils, essential oils, I should say. So maybe we may have one that's lavender, have one that has mango, but right now it is the lemongrass. So if you don't mind lemongrass, then this will be fine. You only need a little bit because it's thick. It's not like super thin. And if you have relaxed hair, you keep your hair straight, you can just use it at the ends of your hair. Like I said, it has a dropper. So all you have to do is just do just a little bit. I've used it on my brows to fill in my brows when they've gotten kind of sparse. I've used it on my elbows, knees, feet. Yeah. So anyway, Diva Drops. So that concludes our style or our beauty segment today, being our beauty segment. And I would say also style, but definitely our beauty segment. And it comes in a cute little bottle. So yes, so this is really good and lightweight. And you might say that's a little bottle, but you only need a little bit. You don't need a whole lot. You don't need a lot at all. It should last you. And that is pretty much it. We're now at 25 minutes and counting. I want to keep this at like between 20 and 30 minutes. And so we're going to come back and we're going to do one more segment, and then we are going to finish up for the day. And I look forward to receiving your feedback, and we'll go from there. Again, don't forget to let me know what topics you want to cover. All right. See y'all later. Bye.